Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Rhian. I bring you videos. I hope you'll stick around. Before we get into the topic at hand today, I just want to say a huge thank you to you guys because over the weekend I hit 80,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is amazing. A lot of you know that my goal kind of for the year in theory is to hit 100,000, but we'll see if that happens. Either way, 80,000 feels enormous to me, so I just want to thank you guys. And welcome all of the newcomers as well. What am I drinking? I'm drinking coffee. It's a Monday. For today's video, what I'm bringing you is my current skincare routine. Now, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking like, oh, it's fairly simple. I don't have a lot of products. And then as I was like filling my crate with the products that I use daily, I realized there's quite a few here. So I'm going to go through my morning routine, my nighttime routine, and then any additional things I throw in every now and then. Of course, leave any questions you might have below and I will do my best to answer them. Everything that I'm showing you, including any discounts I can find for anything, will be linked and listed in the description box below. So if you are watching this on your TV, feel free to follow along the comments on your phone. To start with, for my cleanser, I use the Juice Beauty Green Apple Brightening Gel Cleanser. This is a really great cleanser. It's effective. It doesn't feel like it strips my skin, lathers up nicely, and it just does a really good job. It's like a really good cleanser. And because it's in that brightening green apple range, it smells so good. So I just take a pump or two of this either on my hands or on a little like scrubby pad, wash my face with it. Does a really nice job. Next up as well from that green apple range is the Brightening Essence. I said this before, essences were like the step in skincare that I was like, nobody really needs an essence, but then I tried this one and I was like, okay, maybe I need it. This essentially is a very lightweight, I think kind of hydrating, layering thing to have in your skincare. So I have kind of oily combo skin where I have very oily areas and I have more so normal areas, but in the winter I might get dry in those normal areas. This does a really great job of hydrating my whole face, leaving it feeling quite balanced, and I do think this kind of sets a nice base for anything else you're going to put on your face afterwards. I think this is probably my second or third bottle now. Since I first tried it, I've just fallen in love. So after I've cleansed on a dry face, I just put a few drops of this in my palm. I'm sure to shake this first because I do think when I decanted some into a clear bottle, I noticed that it separated a bit. So be sure to shake it, put a few drops in your palm, then I rub my palms together and really just take the time to press it into the skin. And it just kind of leaves it nicely balanced and hydrated. It does a really nice job. So that's the next step after I cleanse in the morning. Now the next step is something I've only very recently introduced into my skincare routine. Prior to this, I did use the Paula's Choice Salicylic Acid toner, exfoliator type thing. And then they recently kind of changed their stance on things being vegan, and they kind of said like, we can't guarantee the vegan things will be vegan anymore. And I think even one item that was previously vegan is now not vegan. So I just don't feel super comfortable continuing to use their products because I think they're making it basically more difficult for me to buy. So to replace that salicylic product, I picked up the Juice Beauty Blemish Clearing Serum. I figured since I've had such great results with their other products, it was worth giving this a try, and so far, I'm really liking it. This does have a lower percentage of salicylic acid, so it might not be suitable for those of you who do like a much higher percentage, but I found it works nicely. I just put a few drops again into my hands, rub it together very quickly, and then just press it into the skin, especially focusing on the areas where I need it. So salicylic is great to kind of exfoliate pores. It's an exfoliator that's able to kind of deeper penetrate pores and exfoliate within them versus just surface. So it's really great for like blocked pores, blackheads, breakouts, stuff like that. So like I said, I'll kind of press it into the problem areas, which for me is just my T-zone, and then maybe the rest I'll push over the rest of my face and neck. And again, it's new to me, but so far it's been really good, and I did want to mention that to you guys in case you are in the same boat as I am with the Paula's Choice salicylic products and wanted to try something new. So oh, and I was kind of umming and ahhing as to what order I should put these two in because like different places suggest different things, but I kind of go with the thought that you would apply the more liquidy or thin products first and then move up to the thicker or maybe the oil products. So just because this has a slightly thinner or more liquid consistency than this, I decided to do this and then this, but maybe that's wrong, I don't know, that's just what I've been doing. Let me know if you have any info on that. And then the next product I use, I've actually just realized that I've not been using like an eye cream lately. That's weird, isn't it? When I do use an eye cream, I use the One Love Organics Vitamin E Eye Balm. It's amazing, especially for problematic skin around the eyes. But just over the last few weeks, I really haven't been using one. Yeah, I just kind of fell out of the habit. I don't know. One thing I have been doing is applying a little bit of this is, I think it's grapeseed oil. I did have my brows microbladed. They're not filled in right now. I have no makeup on my brows. Isn't that crazy? So anyway, for that to heal, I've been using a little bit of grapeseed oil, just kind of, you know, running it over them, calling it good. But I figured I would mention it because I've been using it. If I am going to wear makeup that day, I will finish off my skincare with the Pixie Rose Flash Balm Instant Skin Booster. You can use this as a moisturizer, a primer, or a mask. Moisturizer and primer, you're going to just basically apply the same, press into the skin. And then for a mask, I would imagine you could apply a little bit more, a little bit thicker, if maybe you have very dry skin or kind of skin that just needs some nourishment. But I found this really nice, and it's a really great base for makeup because it does have a kind of slightly tacky feel to it. The only thing is, I think this would not work well with any oil-based makeup products on top. I think it would ball up a little bit because I even one time like accidentally put oil on top of this and it did kind of like pill up. So I wouldn't recommend this to use with oil-based products, just from what I found. But it is a really great kind of daytime moisturizer or primer for your makeup. And then if I'm not going to wear makeup that day, I will use a little bit of the Little Barn Apothecary Orchid and Blackcurrant Antioxidant Facial Serum. It has Moroccan neroli, organic avocado oil, and blackcurrant oil. It's just a really nice facial oil, and this is what I'll apply if I'm not wearing any makeup and I just want to give my skin a kind of chance to just be, but also give it a little protection and a little moisture. So yeah. So that concludes my morning routine. Let's move on to the nighttime. Another new product for me, which I've incorporated into my skincare, also a very exciting one, hence why I've left it in the box, because it's a May Lindstrom product, which they are expensive products. They are kind of like cult favorite products. Anyway, this is the Pendulum Potion, which is a kind of oil cleanser. So I'm going to read you the back of the box because they talk about it very beautifully. Artisanal luxury skin treats crafted by hand from Earth's finest ingredients. Hypnotic, sensual, and grounding. Sensorial? Feast of antioxidant-rich goodness, cushions and lovingly cleanses skin, effortlessly melting away makeup and environmental debris while softening and clearing congestion and dullness. The result: revel in a complexion that is nourished, restored, and thoroughly fed. I will say it does have a very kind of botanical, essential oily scent to it. It's interesting. I wouldn't say it's like, it's kind of like neutral, like it's not like, oh my gosh, this smells so good, but it also doesn't smell bad. It's just a very interesting scent. So I think a lot of people are still kind of confused as to how to use kind of cleansing oils and products like that. So what I will do is at nighttime, I'll clip my hair back off my face, I will put a couple pumps in my hand, usually for this one like 3 or 4 pumps. Then I start to just rub it into the face, dry skin with makeup on. And what that will do is start to break down the makeup and kind of lift it up from the skin. So what I do is start with the kind of like skin makeup, forehead, and then I will move on to the eyes. And then once the eyes are like fully black and messy, and I can tell that my eye makeup is broken down, then I will take a hot, wet washcloth, hold it over my face, and what I think that kind of does is like gives it a chance to like lift or draw out any other stuff in the skin, and then I'll just start to wipe away the oil and then kind of like rinsing it off under hot water each time, doing the same again, just holding it on for a couple seconds and then kind of gently working the makeup away. And what I will say about this is, I mean, I've used a lot of kind of cleansing oils, cleansing balms. This one has a very kind of distinctive slip to it. It feels really beautiful, and it just feels like it makes really effortless work of lifting makeup away. So if you've tried maybe like cleansing oils and stuff before and just haven't really like loved them or haven't found them to be super effective, this one to me is fairly different in how it feels and how it seems to work. The other thing is that when I've used cleansing oils before, I will always need to go back in and do that second cleanse with a foaming cleanser. Typically, I feel like I don't need to with this as much because my skin feels kind of toned. It doesn't feel like there's any residue, and then I would just follow up with a toner, and that will kind of like show me on the cotton pad if there's anything left on it, but there typically isn't. This is kind of a very interesting cleansing oil. And again, May Lindstrom is a more expensive brand, but I would say I've been super impressed with this, and I think like a cleanser or like an oil cleanser is a great kind of first product to try from a brand if you're curious. So yeah, I would really recommend checking this one out if you've been thinking of trying something from that brand, and if you guys are interested in hearing more on them, because I know typically some of my more expensive reviewed items are like the most interesting for you guys, because obviously you don't want to invest too much in products that maybe just aren't great. So if you would be interested in learning more about them, I can definitely pick up a few more products. Just let me know which you specifically would like to see reviews on, and I would love to be that guinea pig for you. And honestly, the smell I think must have some kind of like aromatherapy benefits, because I always feel like super sparred out when I use it. New word. You're welcome. Oh, and while you guys are letting me know if you want to hear about any other products from them, let me know if anyone else keeps the boxes of products that are like super expensive and luxurious. Is it just me? I don't know. So then following on from that oil cleanser, I have been loving the Pixie Glow Tonic. Now, I was lucky enough for them to send me a personalized one. Wow, I know, I do not deserve it. This is a 5% glycolic acid toner. Now, when I was using the Paula's Choice Salicylic Acid, I kind of just settled on only using that acid for my skin versus an AHA. So this is more of a kind of surface exfoliant, whereas the salicylic or BHA gets deeper into the pores. Caroline Hyron's must have a blog post on the kind of difference between acids, so I will link you to that below if you're interested. But anyway, I have incorporated a glycolic acid into my skincare routine, and I honestly think it's made a really nice difference. I found that the fine lines kind of on my forehead and maybe like smile lines are a little softer, and I feel like my skin feels a little more just smooth since I've been using it. And this is a really great one to use because it's easy to find. You can often find it in Target, I think. Pixie is like pretty affordable as well, and I find that this is super effective. And the Glow Tonic is like another kind of like cult favorite skincare wise. I know Caroline Hyron's often posts about this one as being a really great option for glycolic, and I think they might have a few different formulations now, but this one is the 5% glycolic acid exfoliating toner. So I usually will follow up that oil cleanser with this, and typically there's really not much that comes off on the cotton pad. And again, I use the Marley's Monsters reusable cotton rounds. I will link them below for you as well, and I've just really been enjoying this. And if you, I don't know if you're able to find bottles this big, but this will honestly last you forever, because I only need a pump or two on my Marley's Monsters rounds. And that is something else I wanted to mention, is I think if you use reusable cotton rounds, you don't kind of waste so much product because they don't absorb quite so much. They're very good at kind of like just dispensing it back onto your skin. So that was something I wanted to mention. Okay, and then following on from the glycolic acid toner at nighttime, I use the Kiparis Moonlight Catalyst Refine and Renew, and this kind of replaced my using retinol products. And I think the last time I mentioned this, I hadn't been using it for very long as a replacement. I would say it's been just as effective and has kind of picked up where my retinol use took off. And I don't get the crazy dryness that I would get with retinol sometimes. I find it's really effective. Again, just kind of like plumps the skin a bit, just makes it behave better. Now, if you do have sensitive skin, you might not want to use the toner and this at the same time. You might want to like split them up and use one in the morning, one at night. I have found that my skin can handle it, but they are both kind of exfoliating products, so you might want to just be careful about that. My skin can kind of withstand a lot typically. I've not had any issues with it, but I did want to mention that because I do think it says on here should not be used during the day or with other products which increase exfoliation, as this may cause irritation. But I think for me, they are both at a level that my skin can withstand. But if you are sensitive, definitely use this in the morning and then this at night and do it that way. So yeah, really love this. Kiparis, again, a more expensive brand, but everything I've tried has thoroughly blown me away. And I'm not someone that just wants to like buy into or feed into products being expensive and assuming that they work better. Often I'm like, I don't really want to like this because of the price, but Kiparis, they blow me away every time. I've said it before, and I've been super impressed with them. Another great product to try from them if you are maybe more into like daytime hydration would be the Antioxidant Dew. That one is incredible and definitely one I would like to pick up another bottle of because I really enjoyed it. I've just been kind of like trying out other products. So yeah, Prior to me getting my brows done, I was using the Provence Apothecary Full Brow Serum with Coffee and Argan. This was from my Petit Vour subscription box. They do also sell it in the full size, maybe this is full size, on Petit Vour as well. And it's just meant to be really good for kind of like brow hair health. But again, I was only using this for like a few weeks, maybe a month before I got my brows done. So I'm waiting for them to heal again before I switch back to this from the grapeseed oil. But I did just want to mention that if you were looking for something to kind of thicken up your brows or make them a little healthier, give it a go. Okay, and then to finish off my nighttime skin, I love this product. This was another one that I discovered from the Petit Vour subscription box and then immediately went and bought the full size of. And it's the Ursa Major Golden Hour Recovery Cream. This to me is like one of those really old school cult favorites. I know I've said cult favorite a lot in this. I do think this is like one of the products where like your grandma would swear by it and you would just kind of like keep using it generation after generation because it honestly is incredible. It's called Recovery Cream and I honestly feel like that's what it does. I use it at nighttime and I feel like in the morning my skin just feels recovered. And again, as someone with kind of oily or combo skin, typically products that do really nourish the skin and add a lot of moisture can be really heavy and kind of sit on your skin and maybe not absorb in some areas, but this is a kind of thinner consistency, so it really sinks into the skin. You can tell it must have a lot of like active ingredients in it because of how great your skin feels afterwards. And it still does feel protected, but without having any kind of like thick residue on the skin. It's honestly such an amazing product. It says on there, this wonderfully rich yet fast absorbing face cream provides deep hydration and nourishment to heal dry, sensitive or neglected skin. Use it daily for intense hydration, at night as a wrinkle-busting recovery cream, or anytime your skin needs extra TLC. A true medicine cabinet hero, if ever there was one. And that really is how I would describe it too, as like a medicine cabinet hero, because if you had any dry patches, you could put a bit of this on. It's going to really nourish those areas but not leave any residue, and it honestly is just... it's so good, really fast absorbing. So if you maybe have like dry and oily skin, I would really recommend trying this out. It's been an amazing product, especially like I said for oily skin. If you want the recovery without the gunk, it's amazing. And then lastly, let's do kind of treatments or occasional things I've been using. I don't know why I ever stopped using these because they're amazing. This is the 100% pure Bright Eyes little eye mask things. It's like an eye version of the Princess Fiona mask. And I will keep these in the fridge, and then just if my eyes are puffy or I feel like the fine lines are a little deeper maybe, these are so good. I swear they just like force hydration into that area. And honestly, I really do notice a difference in the fine lines after I've used this. It just looks plumped up, hydrated, juicy. And again, if you put them in the fridge before you use them, it's going to have some cooling effects to depuff as well. These things are awesome. Definitely a product from 100% Pure that I would recommend to anyone. And then some masks I wanted to tell you guys about. Two are from Complex Beauty, which is where I got this shirt from. How cute is it? Masking Queen, long sleeve tee. My favorite. I do think these are for sale, so I'll link them below if I can find them. And I do also have, I think, a discount code for Complex. It will all be in the description box. But again, two masks I've been loving from them, which I've mentioned a bunch of times before. One is the Thirst Quencher Hydra Mask. This is going to be great for thirsty skin. If you've maybe drank a little too much alcohol, haven't drank enough water, live in a very dry climate, I think you're going to love this. And it says it hydrates, plumps and smooths, and I do think this one has hyaluronic acid in, which is amazing at helping your skin be better able to retain moisture. Not moisture, hydration would be the right term, I think. Water? Yes, anyway, really great mask, and it's kind of a gel consistency and your skin just like drinks it up. And then the other one, which is a great kind of multi-purpose, does a little bit of everything mask, it's Smooth Operator. This is an antioxidant mask, and it says it detoxes, repairs, youth preserves and nourishes. So I love this because I have kind of mixed concerns. I have combo skin, I have some anti-aging concerns that I would like to tackle, and it just really does a bit of everything. So this one's really great. It's kind of more of a creamy-ish mask, and it does kind of dry down a bit. But those are two great ones that I think would pretty much suit anyone. And then to two from Kiparis, which I love. One of them I haven't really talked about a whole bunch, but it's the Kiparis Deep Forest Clay Detoxifying Mask and Exfoliant. You can apply this as a mask, or you can apply it kind of as an exfoliant and just scrub it off pretty quickly after. You know those products where it smells like it would be really effective? This is it. So it is a kind of clay mask. As you can see, I've used a lot. I love this stuff. If I have a lot of breakouts, I will put this over the whole face and leave it on, usually for no more than 10 minutes, because it does have a slight kind of tingle to it, and I just get a little nervous and I wash it off after 10. But after 10, it is like really had a chance to work. So yeah, I'll either use it as a full face mask for 10 minutes, or if I want to do kind of a light all over exfoliation, I'll just take a little dollop, massage it into my skin, and maybe leave it on for a minute or two. Say I might like shave my armpits in between, and then I will rinse it off, and that way it works really well as an exfoliant. So it's a really great all-rounder. Again, if you're wanting to try something from Kiparis and you want to like maybe get something that can do more than one thing, mask or exfoliate, this would be a really good one to try. And then the other one I love from them is the Kiparis Glow Filter Refining Mask for Vibrant Luminosity. And honestly, usually those little descriptions I think are, you know, bullshit. It's accurate. Their products are incredible. I honestly don't know how they source their ingredients to be so kind of like natural, but also so freaking effective. So anyway, this is one I would really recommend using if maybe you want something to just brighten the skin, very slightly exfoliate it, and just leave your skin feeling smoother, plumper, more clear. This is a great one to use before you do your makeup for like a special event or something like that, because I just think it really just makes your skin better. So I think that was everything in my skincare routine. I really can't believe that I haven't really used an eye cream for a couple weeks now. I mean, I've been using eye cream since I was like, I don't know, 20 maybe. So yeah, maybe it's just because I've been using more oils and stuff around the area, so who knows. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and edit this video, get it up for you hopefully today. Thank you again for 80,000 subscribers. It's just amazing. I just got goosebumps when I said it. I really do appreciate all of you guys. Please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Do let me know what you would like to see next. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them below and I will do my best to answer them. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.